Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how to create this everyday makeup look, keep watching. So as always, I've done my brows off camera and I've mapped out the one eye to decide what we're doing. So I'm going to start off with the P.Louise base. See that? This is the shade 02. This is my favourite shade. I use this on everybody. If you haven't got this, you just go in with a concealer on a flat brush. It doesn't necessarily have to be the P.Louise base. I've already carved out under my brow with the P.Louise base. So we're just going to pat that all over the lid. Take that all over the lid. And we're just patting that on with a flat concealer brush. And then we're just going to take a little fluffy brush and just pat that in and blend out the edges. So once you've patted in your base and blended out the edges, we're going to go in with our first shade. So today I'll be using the Huda Beauty Warm Browns Obsession palette. The first shade I'll be going in with is this one here. I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush and just roughly blend that over the crease. We're just looking for that little wash of colour. The next shade we'll be going in with is this one here. So this one's slightly darker, it's quite warm, this one. We're gonna start by just stamping that a little bit on that outer corner. I like to stamp it first because we're putting most of the colour into that outer corner. And then very softly, we're just gonna blend out those edges. Just taking whatever's left on the brush. So we're gonna blend that out into that first colour and take it slightly across into the crease. So we're gonna go back in with our first fluffy brush and just blend out those edges. Next, we're going to take this creamy shade here. So we're going to take that on a flat fluffy brush and we're just going to pat that all over the lid. To blend that out, we're going to go back in with that first fluffy brush and just blend out those edges. So if you want to keep your everyday look matte, then just leave it at that. But I'm going to go in with just a little bit of shimmer over the top. Just taking that shimmer on a flat brush, just a little wash of gold shimmer just to catch the light. I'm going to blend that out with that fluffy brush. So once you're happy with your top blend, we're just going to take some of that P.Louise base and we're just going to run that underneath the eye. Again, if you want to just do this with any concealer, you can. I like to use the P.Louise base just because it's really good at blocking out all that dark circles. And then we're just going to blend that out with a fluffy brush. So for my waterline, I'm just going to take the Marc Jacobs Highliner in the shade Earthquake. If you don't want your under eyes to be too dark or you don't like liner in your waterline, then you can skip this part. So underneath, I'm going to go in with that darkest shade brown that we used on the top and just running that under my lower lashes. If you don't want your under eyes to be too dark, you can just take the lighter shade brown and just run that underneath rather than the darker brown. So we're going to take whatever's remaining on that lighter brown brush and just run that underneath the darker brown, just to blend that out a little bit. It's just started hammering down with the rain. So loud. So once you're happy with your eyeshadow, we're going to move on to lashes. So today we're not using any false lashes. I'm just using my favourite mascara, which is by Spectrum, and it's called Dark Matters. What I love about this mascara is that it really coats the lashes and it makes them look fuller and darker without them like really sticking together. Because I've got hooded eyes, I find that I always have to comb through my lashes anyway with a spoolie, because otherwise I just get black all up here. So you can pop a lash on if you want to, but because I'm keeping it my natural everyday look, I don't tend to wear lashes every day. So I'm testing out a new foundation today. So I'm trying the NARS Radiant Longwear. Is it? Yeah, Natural Radiant Longwear. And I had to match this online, so we'll see how that goes. This is the shade Gobi, and this is shade 3 Light. This is. We'll do 2, to see how that goes. I use one of my trusty Real Techniques multitasking brush. And see how that works. What was that? So I'm blending that in using the Real Techniques multitasking brush. 2 pumps definitely wasn't enough for me. It doesn't quite out that much. Look, that's like loads, but see, that's not really a lot. This seems quite lightweight, this foundation. It's quite full coverage, but it seems to be quite light. I like quite a full, heavy coverage. So if you prefer something more like a light coverage or a natural coverage, you can use either a tinted moisturiser or mix just a little bit of moisturiser into your full coverage foundation. That's what I tend to do when I don't want such a heavy makeup day, when you want something a bit lighter. I probably could have gone a bit darker with this, or bronzer up, I think. It's the joys of not being able to go and pick it in the shop and you've got to pick it online. Just going to take a smaller brush and blend in around the features. Foundation seems to be quite nice so far. It's quite full coverage. I can still see some of my freckles poking through though, but I got quite a lot of freckles, so I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Mine is in the shade 05. Hopefully, yeah, it's lighter than this foundation. It's always a plus. So I'm going to blend that in using the brush I use for foundation. And we're just going to pat that in. I wanted to order the NARS Creamy Concealer to try with this, but it was out of stock. Quite a lot of things are out of stock online at the minute. I could try to get a few of my usual favourites and you just can't get them. I think because everyone's at home, they're shopping online. I'm just going to go in and set my concealer areas with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Smile lines. So for bronzer, I'm going in with my all-time favourite, which is the MAC Mineralised Skin Finish in Dark Tan. We're going to take that on a fluffy brush, but like a tapered one, and just dip in the end into that bronzer. Just going to begin to build up that contour line. And trust me, we need some bronze today. Then we're going to take that up through the temple and across the top of the forehead. Do you know what? I love the sheen this foundation gives off. They look really alive. There we go. We're starting to look a bit more alive now, sort of less one colour and a bit more definition. For blush, I'm going to go in with a MAC one, which is this one here, which is Springsheen. Springsheen, yeah. It's like a soft peachy colour and it's got gold flecks in it. You can buy it on its own, but I've just made up a custom palette. So I pop that on the apples of my cheek and then just pull it up through the cheek as well. Because that foundation was a bit on the light side, I'm going to go in with a bit of contour. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. Mine has seen better days. Just to add a little bit more of the cool shade shadows, just more deepen up that contour and just do a little bit on the nose as well. So I'm using this Unicorn Cosmetics angle brush and just sketching in a little bit more of a shadow. As you can see, that's just strengthened up that contour. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush and just contour down the nose. I always start in the corner of the brow bone where the brow meets the nose and just work down from there. So now we've put that definition back into the face. I'm not going to go in with any highlighter today just because this foundation's given off quite a glow. And I think for natural everyday, I think my amount of highlighter anyway is going to be a bit too much. So we're going to move straight on to lips. For lips, I'm going to go in with the MAC lip liner in the shade Spiked. This is a really nice, like, sort of everyday colour. So I'm happy with my lip line, but I'm going to take this all over the lip just to give it that more colour. So I find colouring in the whole lip with the lip liner helps keep your colour stay put for like most of the day. Just gives it that extra bit of something to cling on to. Because I put a bit of shimmer on the eyes, I'm going to put a little bit of gloss on the lips just to give it that little bit of a sheen. I am going to go in with the P.Louise Holla gloss. Just a little bit, pop it in the centre just to give it that little bit of a shine. To finish off and keep that makeup on all day, we're going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This is going to create a barrier over the makeup just to keep everything locked down, keep those oils and everything locked into the skin. And it's going to absorb any powder that's left on there as well, so we don't get that sort of matte look. I spray way too much every time. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think down in the comments and I will see you on the next one. Bye.